afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 as we begin another week.
Another week.
Weekends go fast, don't they?
Yes,
it's
they
a double
do.
time.
Yeah. It's a nice start to the work week, though.
Yeah, it really was. And yesterday it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Took the dogs for a long walk. We were all covered in mud. It was fun.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. But first, let's find out what's happening today. Breaking within the last 45 minutes, Riley Berg has pleaded guilty to murdering a Navy veteran in Dane County. We'll take you to the court where a packed room heard him enter that plea.
The developer looking to bring a huge Amazon warehouse to Dane County wants to ease people's concerns. We'll tell you about some of the biggest ones that popped up during an informal session today. And
what's it like to win $154 million? We'll hear from the Wisconsin couple who found out personally. Good for them.
They won that $300 million Powerball jackpot.
It was a $600 million. They got half of it.
Right, yeah. Right.
All right, let's take a look outside. Pleasant by February standards. Better enjoy the ice while you can, because it's going to be a little warmer this week. Julian's in the backyard.
Yeah, that's
temperatures
right.
Above average.
Yeah, we are going to be onto a trend of above average, but for today, we're a bit below average as we're kicking things off. Now, as we take a look at our almanac, as of right now, our high is about 24 degrees. We're not going to be seeing much more of a warm-up throughout the rest of this evening, but normally we are around 29 degrees as we kick off our February. But as we go in throughout the rest of it, just here as a look at southern Wisconsin, 27 degrees in Janesville with 21 in Platteville as of right now. So we're all pretty steady into the 20s to start off the work week. But in terms of wind speeds, it's not really much of a factor, but just enough to add a little bit of a bite for us as we see wind chills for the teens over near Platteville and Monroe, mainly for areas into the southern. But as we go in throughout the next 12 hours, well, temperatures will be pretty steady, and we're going to be holding on to pretty seasonably cold conditions for tonight as well. A quick look at over towards our traffic. What we're seeing as of right now along the Beltline, not much in terms of issues, but over near Fish Hatch, a bit of a slow spot as we're getting things rolling for us around the 4 p.m. commute. Over towards the interstate, however, we're all green as we're getting things rolling for us, but we'll have over for the next just quick look at what we're going to be seeing from Janesville to the Beltline. Around 24 minutes, so pretty standard in terms of getting from A to B throughout the from the interstate and over towards the Beltline, and also from Sauk City to Middleton and from Sun Prairie to downtown as well. But we'll have more details on what else to expect and a look at those milder temperatures that are on the way. Back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. It has been 2 years since a Navy veteran was found brutally murdered on a rural Dane County road.
The 23-year-old accused of killing him appeared in court today, just weeks ahead of a scheduled trial, ready to change his not guilty plea. Charlotte DeLeste joins us now to tell us what changed. Charlotte?
Susan and Mark, after multiple delays, Riley Berg had a plea hearing this afternoon. He entered a guilty plea for first-degree intentional homicide, use of dangerous weapon in the death of Nicholas Day. He was out for a jog on January 15th of 2020. Berg's murder trial has been delayed multiple times due to competency hearings. Berg has gone between being found incompetent to stand trial to being competent and back again, with treatment being ordered by a judge.
The count you are pleading to alleges that on or about Wednesday, January 15th, 2020, in the town of Blue Mounds here in Dane County, you did cause the death of NJD with the intent to kill him, and you did so when using a dangerous weapon. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nicholas Day's body was found with gunshot wounds and significant cuts to his neck. Berg's guilty plea carries a mandatory life prison sentence, but at his next court appearance on April 4th, it will be discussed if he will be eligible for parole at any time. And also at that time, the victim's family, Nicholas Day's family, is expected to speak.
Charlotte, thank you. The Madison Police Department is clarifying its role in an officer-involved shooting last week, emphasizing that its officers were only there to assist. In a statement, Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes said 3 MPD officers were assisting the Wisconsin Department of Justice on the city's east side when the shooting happened. Barnes said they were there to help the state's Division of Criminal Investigation make an arrest, but none of their officers fired their weapons nor witnessed the shooting. The Dane County Sheriff's Office, which is investigating the shooting, has not clarified whether the suspect in that arrest was shot. They did say that suspect was taken to the hospital with injuries. This weekend, the family of Quadrin Wilson said that Wilson was shot 5 times in the back during that arrest. No law enforcement agency has confirmed that to us at this point. We continue to ask questions and look for answers in this case.
The Sun Prairie man charged in a crash that killed a Madison police officer's wife appeared in court today. 37-year-old Christopher Bloom is being charged with homicide by negligent operation of a vehicle and reckless driving causing great bodily harm. The charges stem from a crash that killed 48-year-old Julie Nelson and left her wife Jody injured. Jody Nelson said that she hasn't been able to return to work since the crash.
15 months ago, I was on a walk with my wife, Julie, a walk at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Monday. And the behaviors that were exhibited that day by Bloom cost Julie her life and near death for me.
Deputy District Attorney William Brown asked the presiding judge to set Bloom's cash bond at $5,000 and to suspend Bloom's driving privileges. But the judge, citing a lack of criminal history, set Bloom's signature bond at $1,000. The judge also said the state did not adequately prove that Bloom was a danger to the public. As a condition of the bond, Bloom is not allowed to operate a vehicle or have contact with Nelson's family.
Madison police were called to the city's south side Saturday night after a concerned person reported a child who'd been left in a running car for nearly an hour. The woman who called for help said she heard a 6-year-old girl cry out for help. The girl said her mother was inside a building visiting a friend. The child's mother was arrested on possible charges of child neglect, bail jumping, and being in possession of a controlled substance. She has not been named by police.
Amazon is proposing a giant new warehouse in Cottage Grove, but the neighbors, not all of the neighbors, are sold. Amazon wants to build a 650,000 square foot building on 145 acres of land just north of I-94 at highways TT and N. Today, the CEO of the Madison Regional Economic Partnership and a real estate representative held a public hearing about the idea. They talked about the proposal, what it would look like, and how the warehouse would operate. They got a lot of questions from neighbors about what it could mean for property values. The project managers argued it would make them increase.
Once these facilities are operational, it's actually the inverse. Property values continue to rise. And it really falls down to kind of a simple economic play of supply and demand dynamics. You have a constrained supply of these homes, increased people entering the workforce, and the ancillary businesses around that also contribute to the increased demand.
Neighbors also brought up concerns about traffic in the area. The village says Amazon would pick up the costs of any improvements they would need.
Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes held a virtual meeting today to criticize Ron Johnson's decision not to oppose Oshkosh Defense moving 1,000 jobs to its South Carolina facility.
He's directly refused to fight to bring those jobs to his own hometown. And yesterday, he even had the nerve to say that we've got enough jobs here in Wisconsin and we don't need any more.
Senator Johnson told the Journal Sentinel that he supports more manufacturing jobs in the state, but that Oshkosh Corp is best suited to decide where it should build those vehicles. The nation is marking another grim milestone. More than 900,000 people in the U.S. have died from COVID-19 since the pandemic began.
Congress is holding a moment of silence this evening to mark the somber occasion.
Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
The CDC says COVID-19 hospitalizations are down 15% from a week ago, and new infections are plummeting nationwide. But daily deaths have jumped nearly 30% in the last 2 weeks, fueled by the Omicron variant.
We're a good part of the way through this Omicron wave, and we're not close to the end right now.
The U.S. death toll has now passed another grim milestone. More than 900,000 people have died since the start of the pandemic. Lawmakers here on Capitol Hill from both sides of the aisle are marking the somber occasion with a moment of silence. With new infections down, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy announced he'll lift statewide mask mandates in school next month.
Any student, educator, or staff member or visitor who chooses to continue masking up while indoors may freely do so.
Delaware announced it'll lift its indoor mask mandate this Friday.
When prevalence is low, you have a lot of people who've been infected who have some level of immunity for a period of time, and you have high vaccination rates, we can start to lean forward and take a little bit more risk.
And new CDC data shows 70% of teenagers have now had at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Delta Airlines is asking the federal government to create a national no-fly list for passengers who are disruptive, either in a terminal or on a plane. Delta is asking the federal government to put passengers convicted of unruly behavior on a national no-fly list. The FAA says there were more than 5,000 reports of unruly passengers in 2021. Most were tied to compliance with mask wearing. The agency is now partnering with the TSA to remove disruptive travelers from TSA PreCheck eligibility.
I think it is an idea whose time has come. No one, whether an airline employee or a passenger, should be subject to verbal or physical attacks.
Hardeveldt says a national list could still be months, if not years away. The union president for Southwest Airlines flight attendants says one way to keep everyone safe is to keep alcohol service suspended while there are mask mandates.
The mayor of Canada's capital declared a state of emergency yesterday as thousands of protesters opposed to COVID-19 restrictions continued to paralyze Ottawa's downtown. Mayor Jim Watson said the declaration highlights the need for support from other jurisdictions and levels of government. The protesters that descended onto Ottawa joined 100 who remained since last weekend. Residents of Ottawa are furious at the nonstop blaring of horns, traffic disruption, and harassment and fear. No end is in sight after the police chief called it a siege that he could not manage. The Freedom Truck Convoy has attracted support from many U.S. Republicans, including former President Trump.
Well, it's hard to believe we're talking about Valentine's Day already, but get ready to spend more this year on that special someone for Valentine's Day. Prices for roses and other flowers usually go up before Valentine's Day, but this year there could be some real sticker shock. The pandemic has shut down some flower producers, causing a squeeze in supply. The flowers that can be found cost more because shipping prices are soaring. At Lilac Chocolates, co-owner Anthony Cerrone says he's experiencing similar problems with packaging.
The Valentine boxes, we got hit with 50% increase, and when we asked why, we were told it was 100% due to container ship pricing, transportation costs.
He's been forced to raise prices on some items. This box of truffles is $60. Last year, it sold for $48. And it's not just candy and flowers. Prices for jewelry and eating at restaurants are also higher this year. But that's not slowing spending. The National Retail Federation predicts the average American will shell out nearly $175 for Valentine's Day. Experts suggest shopping early to get the best prices.
$175.
That's love.
Better get going. The Wisconsin couple is loving life. Speaking of love, Tammy and Cliff Webster had a lucky Powerball ticket earlier this year, winning $316 million. They opted to take the lump sum in cash and have walked away with a cool $153.9 million. The total Powerball jackpot was $632 million. The Websters have to split the winnings with another winner purchased in California, the ticket there. They learned of their win early in the morning after hearing a Powerball ticket was sold in Wisconsin.
And I lifted my finger up, and sure enough, it was 17, and I couldn't believe it. I just sat there staring at it, and she was in the recliner, and she's looking at me, and I yelled to her that we won, and I couldn't believe it. It's unbelievable. You don't know what to do. We're 4:30 in the morning. We're hugging and yelling, and
The Websters say it's a dream come true. Wisconsin is no stranger to lottery winners. The state has had 4 major jackpot wins in the last 4 years. These guys are from the Green Bay area.
Yeah, members of the Oneida Nation.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to them. Still to come at 4, we're heading to the Olympics.
When we come back, we'll meet the world's top female freestyle skier when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true. With diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this. Now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments from a retina specialist that may help protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take charge of your sight.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget to wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Welcome back. Ireland is rolling out the green carpet.
The St. Patrick's Day parade is returning to the streets of Dublin on March 17th. The parade was canceled for 2 years because of the pandemic, but it's back now that Ireland has lifted most of its COVID-19 restrictions. In 2018, about 50,000 people attended the national parade.
This morning, Frontier Airlines flights could not leave the runway. The Federal Aviation Administration grounded them. All but lifted the stop this afternoon. Frontier issued a statement saying the airline experienced a tech issue. It claims that issue has been resolved. It says flight should resume later in the day. The grounding comes on the same day Frontier and Spirit Airlines announced they were merging in a deal worth $6.6 billion.
First Lady Jill Biden says she's disappointed that one of her key causes has been cut from the Build Back Better bill. Congress has not passed the $2.2 trillion spending package, but already the $45 billion earmarked for free community college has been removed. Today at the Community College National Legislative Summit, the First Lady expressed her frustration.
We knew that this wasn't going to be easy. Joe always said that. Still, like you, I was disappointed because, like you, these aren't just bills or budgets to me, to you, right? We know what they mean for real people, for our students.
Biden is a longtime educator and also currently an English professor at a Northern Virginia community college. She says she and President Biden will continue to push for free assistance for community college students.
Nintendo's Switch video game consoles reached an impressive milestone. The product has surpassed the lifetime sales of the company's Wii console. It's made the company over $100 million. The Japanese company also announced it sold 18.9 million Switches in the last 9 months leading up to the end of 2021. Although that may seem like a significant number, Nintendo sold around 24 million units the year before. The Switch has only been on the market for 5 years.
Samsung's newest devices will also feature a new material. The electronics company has incorporated plastic from repurposed fish nets into its products. The new material will be revealed Wednesday when Samsung launches its new Galaxy devices. Citing a UN report, the company says 640,000 tons of fishing nets are abandoned and discarded every year. They linger in the ocean, trapping marine life, damaging coral reefs, and sometimes ending up in our food and water sources.
Stocks lost earlier gains to and mostly lower. The Dow Industrials added a point, closing at 35,091. The Nasdaq fell 82. The S&P 500 was off 16. Well, freestyle skier Elaine Gu is among the favorites to bring home medals from the Beijing Olympics, but she won't be competing for the United States,
where she was born and raised, but for her mother's homeland, China. At just 18, she is already the world's top female freestyle skier.
Corey Wire has her story.
Let's get this thing started now.
She's fierce, fearless, and a favorite to win gold here at the Beijing Winter Olympics. Move over, Elsa. There's a new snow princess in town.
My name is Eileen Gu. I'm from San Francisco, and I'm a free skier.
The 18-year-old sensation was born in the U.S., but her mom was born in China, and Eileen decided to compete for China at these games.
My family has always been super supportive of me. I come from a long line of engineers, so it definitely wasn't expected, and I don't think anybody really thought that I would become a professional skier or professional athlete in general.
But she's so much more than an athlete. The Chinese-speaking, horseback-riding, piano-playing prodigy graduated high school in just 3 years, and she's already been admitted to her dream school, Stanford. She's modeled for Louis Vuitton, Estee Lauder, racking up roughly 20 brand partners and big-time dollars. She's the poster child for snow sports in China, starring alongside Chinese actor Jackson Yi in an official Beijing Games promo video being played throughout China. She says her decision to compete for China instead of the USA stems from a strong mother-daughter bond. Yang Gu taught Eileen to embrace her heritage, honor her ancestry.
My mom has always been super, super supportive. My grandma is the most motivated to win person. She has the most competitive mindset that I've ever met, ever. So I think my grandma gave me that competitive drive and kind of supported me in that way. And my mom kind of taught me the work ethic aspect. So anybody can want to win, but I think it was my mom that taught me how to get there.
And now Eileen wants to inspire the next generation from her mom's homeland get there too. She says she's competing to unite people, promote common understanding, create communication, and forge friendships between nations.
She's something else.
Have you been watching the Olympics?
Not much, no.
Oh, I love the Olympics. I've been watching a lot of it.
Well, still to come at 4, it's time to take out the trash. Space trash, that is.
After years of exploration, space is full of junk. We'll find out what they're doing and how they're planning to clean it up coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Join Planet Fitness by February 16th for zero enrollment and $10 a month.
Just $10 a month? That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone. Join now and feel Fit-tacular for zero enrollment, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 16th.
If you're hungry and you want a great deal, the Super Slam is your perfect meal. It's pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, and hash browns. It's enough breakfast for dinner, and it's as good as it sounds. See you at Denny's.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately I've seen this change in her.
Once weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Stop into Menards today during the Race to Savings sales event. Add comfort to any room of your home with new carpet. It's soft and luxurious and available in styles and colors that work with any decor. Save big on carpet from Marquee Industries. Protect and maintain your wood surfaces with Minwax stains and finishes. They provide a beautiful finish that lasts for years to come. Save big on Minwax products during Menards Race to Savings sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Join Planet Fitness by February 16th for zero enrollment and $10 a month.
Just $10 a month? That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone. Join now and feel Fit-tacular for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 16th.
Well, take a look at this. A highway bridge in northwest Germany was detonated over the weekend in what's described as a exceptionally exciting operation. The controlled detonation had to be monitored closely to prevent damage to the new bridge built alongside the old one. For safety reasons, the crowd of curious bystanders had to maintain a distance of 1,000 feet. The bridge measures 1,593 feet long, 236 feet high. Collapsed according to plan.
We love these things.
We love our detonations.
We love implosions. They are cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, and the whole science of them, too, how precise they are, is really cool.
Very, very precise.
Julie and I went to the Frozen Assets Festival over the weekend and walked way out on the lake, and it's a good thing I did it Saturday and not yesterday or today.
Absolutely, because we are going to be seeing temperatures that are above the freezing point, so that thickness might drop just a little bit, but we'll talk more about what else to expect with the days ahead coming up with the First One forecast after the break.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I just want our kids to be kids again. Play sports, go to school, without having to worry all the time.
So when we learned the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids age 5 and up,
we talked to their doctor, and she helped our family decide to get our sons vaccinated right away.
And to keep taking safety steps in public, too.
Help your kids stay safe and in school. Find a free COVID-19 vaccine for kids near you at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
You and me, partner, we meet center of town, high noon. Hold on. Nope, Daisy's got last one lessons at noon. Okay, high By 2 o'clock?
I got a spur fitting at 2 o'clock. How's about 3?
I'm getting thrown through a saloon window at 3.
We don't need any more overscheduling, but we could all use more ways to save.
I can squeeze you in between swim class and Kevin's harp recital at 3:30.
I was eating beans at 3:30.
Right.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
Tell you what about Tuesday?
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, as we're preparing for our evening hours, just know the temperatures are going to still be pretty steady as we head in through the next few hours of our Monday. But as we go into tonight, it's going to be pretty seasonably cold, even though we are below the seasonable cold range right now. It's 24 degrees. We're typically around 28 degrees in the days of February, but it's still not feeling much colder either because the winds are pretty calm for us. But we have seen a significant change in temperatures over the last 24 hours. Decreases in the double digits throughout all of southern Wisconsin for the most part, especially for areas such as Janesville and Platteville and us here in Madison. So it's definitely felt the colder air for today, and the temperatures as of right now, 27 in Janesville with 21 degrees into Platteville. But as we continue throughout the rest of this evening, just know temperatures are going to stay steady into the teens, and we are going to be looking at some clouds to start to develop as we transition into our Tuesday morning. But for tonight, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy conditions, steady temperatures overnight. It's going to be on the seasonable side, nothing too bad. But as we transition into our Monday or Tuesday morning, we will start to see more clouds. We'll start to roll in, and the southerly winds will be bringing in some warmer air as well. So a mild day is going to be on tap for us as we head into our Tuesday. Cloudy conditions as well, but we could be seeing some areas with some very light flurries isolated throughout southern Wisconsin. But temperatures, as you can see, throughout the afternoon going into the evening hours, reaching into the upper 30s, especially for areas such as Prairie du Chien and Boscobel, and into those upper 30s for us just outside of Dane County. So it's going to be a very mild day and very pleasant for February as well as we continue throughout the rest of our Tuesday. Overnight into Wednesday, could be seeing some isolated pop-up of flurries, but for the most part, not going to be seeing much action until we get into the later part of our Wednesday morning. We're just about south of Dane County near Rock and Green. We could see just some light snow starting to roll its way in. But as we plan on the rest of this evening, once again, we are going to be just looking at temperatures to stay onto the steady side of those upper teens. But here's a look at the next 10 days in terms of temperatures. We're going to be well above average, 37, 36, and 37 again out of 3 of the 5 days of this week. Normally, we're around 28 degrees for the month of February. And that just goes to show you, once we're not even in the 30s, we're still close to the seasonable range for us. So our 3 things we're going to need to know is that it is colder for today, but we are going to be very mild heading in from Tuesday into Friday of this week. Snow chances are going to be coming into the later part of this week, especially starting into our Wednesday. But as we're going to be keeping an eye on is going to be the system that's going to be rolling in from Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday as well, where we could be seeing a bit of that mixture or even some light snow starting to roll its way late Thursday going into Friday morning and early Friday afternoon. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on. But aside from that, it's a pretty quiet week for us. We're going to be seeing temperatures into those 30s and plenty of sunshine and cloud cover. Not a whole lot of active weather pattern that we're going to be seeing for the next few days. And even next week, we're going to be back again to pleasant temperatures with those 30s sticking around for us, guys. So it's going to be still once another quiet winter for us. Well, at least this pattern is still staying on the quiet side. I don't know if I should complain about it or just wish for snow at this point.
Well, our ski hills could definitely use a little bit more snow.
Snow's a little crusty.
In February, you always think, what, are we going to get one last wallop, you know, before spring comes?
Oh, yeah. No, you think that in April.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, Julian, thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
Outer space is turning into a junkyard.
Earth's orbit is now littered with debris after years of exploration.
But now the Biden administration is taking steps to address the trash in space. Christian Fisher has the story.
In space, what goes up does not always come down. After decades of launches since the dawn of the space age, Earth's orbit has become a junkyard of dead satellites and abandoned rocket bodies. And anytime two objects traveling at about 5 miles a second collide, the impact could look like a scene straight out of the movie Gravity. In real life, no people in space have ever been hit, but the International Space Station has. In 2016, a small piece of debris cracked a window on the orbiting outpost, and in December, its crew prepared for an emergency evacuation after a Russian anti-satellite missile test created a massive debris cloud.
We will need to activate Dragon Safe Haven.
Today, U.S. Space Command is tracking more than 40,000 objects in space, and only about 5,000 of them are active satellites. The vast majority of space junk still in orbit is from the two major players in the first space race, Russia and the United States.
If these spacecraft were left there by the U.S. government, and in general they were, then that becomes their responsibility to clean it up. And in the same way that the military would not leave a broken down tank on the battlefield, nor would it go ahead and leave a ship, a derelict ship at sea.
But so far, the effort to clean up space has been led by Japan and the European Space Agency and private companies. Some companies, like ClearSpace, are trying to grab debris with robotic tentacles. Others are trying to catch it with a massive fishing net. And in August, a company called Astroscale successfully tested capturing a small satellite with a magnetic arm.
We use a robotic arm that extends and attaches to that metallic plate. That allows us then to basically perform a tow truck or a tug service, bringing that satellite down to a safe distance, and then we can release it to naturally and safely burn up in the atmosphere.
Astroscale caught the attention of the Prince of Wales, who visited its UK-based mission control this week. The company now has debris removal contracts with the UK, the European Union, and Japan.
In the U.S., unfortunately, we haven't seen and we haven't gotten as much traction from the U.S. government.
But the Biden administration is starting to change that. In January, the White House held meetings with experts about how to clean up space, and the Space Force is launching a program called Orbital Prime that will give companies the seed funding to do it.
Our vision in this partnership is to aggressively explore those capabilities with you today in the hope that we and others can purchase them as a service in the future.
So space debris is both an environmental concern and a national security risk that could jeopardize GPS and satellites.
And the problem is growing worse now that private space companies are also sending their own satellites and rockets into Earth's orbit.
There's not a lot of room up there.
Nope.
Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we celebrate the Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth.
And then coming up next hour at 5, a fringe member of the far right who doesn't acknowledge the validity of the last election could be staging a gubernatorial run. Naomi Coles tells us more about Timothy Ramthun coming up at 5.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
What's going on outside? We all want to be warm and cozy inside, especially this winter. We're U.S. Insulation, and we fix cold homes. When you have inferior insulation, it doesn't matter how much you crank up your furnace. Your expensive warm air still leaks out of your walls and attic. When we inject our premium foam into your walls, it's like wrapping a coat around your entire home. And just wait until you see how much money that saves you. So stop freezing and start saving.
USA Insulation.
With inflation, everything costs more. It also means choosing between paying debt and paying your everyday expenses. At Geraci Law, we help fight inflation by eliminating or consolidating consumer debt. Get one lower payment you can afford as low as $275 a month. Keep your stuff, pay your expenses, control your debt. on your phone, from your home, or old school in person. 0 to start. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Pass.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Pass. It's good medicine.
Jordan is soul for the mornings. Choose to be grateful. The tune of Georgia football, where books meet Black Mecca. Should you move to Canada? Grasping French, à la fois, tragedy in the Middle East, trumpet and freedom, and spirit, thought, and jazz. The mystery of that Basquiat, a shrimp Creole for our times. That healing saxophone thing, mixing it up Brazilian style. What feelings sound like? Finding a voice far away.
Tonight at 5, the driver accused of killing a Madison police officer's wife had his first court appearance today. The surprising bond decision by the judge.
Temperatures will be a little milder for Tuesday and Wednesday. We could see some snow showers Wednesday and Thursday night, but they won't amount to much snowfall. I'll tell you if we can expect any significant storms in our future at 5.
And ahead at 6, former President Donald Trump endorses a familiar name for the Wisconsin governor's race. How this could shape the 2022 race. That's coming up at 6.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Washington, D.C. This is the National Cathedral. It's 42 degrees right now in D.C. with a wind chill of 40, just in case you were wondering. Queen Elizabeth marks 70 years on the throne Sunday, becoming the longest reigning monarch in British history.
As Tina Krause reports from London, the celebrations are just getting started.
A traditional 41-gun salute across the UK. Celebrating a British monarch like no other. The royal salute kicks off Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee, honoring her 70 years on the throne.
This is a woman who, from her 20s through to the age of 95, has done nothing but put the United Kingdom first.
Elizabeth II. The Queen ascended to the throne in 1952 after her father's death. 7 decades later, it seems Her Majesty is looking down the royal line. She issued a surprising statement Saturday saying when her son, Prince Charles, becomes king, his second wife, Camilla, should have the title of Queen Consort.
I think it's high time that she made that decision. I'm delighted that she did.
For now, the Queen remains on the job. Here she is reading a congratulatory message from President Biden.
Oh, that's very kind.
The UK will officially celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee when the weather warms up in June. There will be parades, parties, and maybe even a boost for tourism.
We're absolutely expecting to welcome lots of international visitors to come and celebrate with us 70 years of the Queen's reign.
It's unclear which public events the Queen may attend, but behind the scenes, she's already feeling the love. And her face is everywhere in the UK as millions honor the only monarch most have ever known. Tina Krause, CBS News, London.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we were just saying that. For most people, their whole life, Queen Elizabeth has been the queen. There is also a nationwide baking competition in the UK to create the perfect platinum pudding.
It's a dessert that'll be served at street parties and celebratory events across the country. They like their baking over there.
Yeah, I'd like to learn how to do that.
Well, up next at 4, are you looking for something new to watch? It's film critic Will Loper to the rescue.
That and the weekend box office numbers. There is a new #1 film, and it's all coming up in the Loper Report when Live at 4 continues.
Join Dane County Humane Society as we top off our centennial celebration at Toto's Gala on March 11th. Enjoy puppy greeters, cocktails, dinner, and dancing while helping thousands of animals discover there's no place like home. Visit giveshelter.org to learn more.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true. If you have diabetes, you know high blood sugar is the root of the problem. But that excess sugar can cause the blood vessels to be seriously damaged. And when that happens, this could happen: vision loss or even blindness. That's right.
Diabetic retinopathy is a leading cause of blindness for adults in the U.S. But even though you can't see it, there is something you can do about it. Remember this: now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is an incredibly important part of your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments a retina specialist can provide that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Just say to yourself, "Now I see." Then go see an eye care specialist. Visit nowic.com to get the facts about diabetes, your eyes, and what you can do next to take charge of your sight. Brought to you by Regeneron.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Save on your fave at the Century House. Right now, get $200 off stressless signature base recliners, classic base recliners with power, and new stressless cross base recliners. Or get a free accessory with purchase. It's time for stressless. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Here's the newest spin on Wisconsin Lottery scratch games. It's X times the money, a new family of games with prices from $1 to $20. The bigger the ticket, the bigger the multiplier and top prize, all the way up to $200,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Join Dane County Humane Society as we top off our centennial celebration at Toto's Gala on March 11th. Enjoy puppy greeters, cocktails, dinner, and dancing while helping thousands of animals discover there's no place like home. Visit giveshelter.org to learn more.
As we take a quick look at our traffic update as of right now, the good news is along the Beltline, we are all green. But for Fish Hatch, south and northbound, some slow spots, especially as you're southbound, some real slow spots have developed. But pretty normal traffic as of right now for this time of day. But as we take a closer look over towards the interstate, we're still looking at all green up and down north and south along I-39 as we're getting the rest of our evening rolling for us. Now we're going to be taking a look at normal type of driving times as we're getting things rolling for us. That'll do it for traffic. We're going to toss it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Call him the Leaping Lawman. An Idaho State Trooper went the extra mile, or a few feet anyway, to keep a cat from running away. The trooper did a flying belly flop to fetch the feline. It happens after he pulled over a car and found controlled substance inside. The 2 people in the van were arrested on drug charges. The cat was turned over to animal control for now. That's
good catch.
Quit thinking.
Yes.
Well, Spidey has finally met his match at the box office.
Our film critic, Will Loper, has the numbers.
Hey, Mark and Susan. A certain rambunctious group took the top spot at the box office this weekend, making $23.5 million. 3, 2, 1. Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, and the rest of the gang, along with some newcomers, are up to their old, painful, sometimes very gross antics in this 4th iteration.
Today, we're going to do a little furniture shopping.
Knoxville, now 51 years old, has vowed he's taken his last hit from a bull after suffering a brain hemorrhage in this last movie. After all the bulls and buffalo in the previous movies, I'm only surprised it took this long. In second at the box office is the film Moonfall.
Well, NASA and I aren't really on speaking terms these days.
Well, that'll change when you tell them that the moon is out of orbit.
Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson have to stop the moon from falling into Earth. I guess it's actually not really a moon, too.
You have got a big gravity wave coming your way. You have to launch now.
Did he say gravity wave?
This comes from director Roland Emmerich, known for his big-budget disaster films. From Independence Day...
I could have been at a barbecue!
...to The Day After Tomorrow. And although this is a step down from those films, if you're able to turn off your brain completely and just enjoy the $150 million special effects on screen, you may just be able to enjoy Moonfall. Yes! Over on streaming services, new on HBO Max is the film Nightmare Alley.
What is your name?
Stanton Carlisle.
The Oscar-winning director of The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro, turns his attention to the carnival, where Bradley Cooper plays a man rising the ranks.
Are you a true medium?
Yes, I am.
It's not the happiest movie you'll ever see, but the set design alone makes this a worthy watch, as well as the performances by Cooper, as well as Willem Dafoe, Toni Collette, and Richard Jenkins.
What do I want?
To be found out, same as everybody else.
Find your next psychological thriller fix Thursday with The Girl Before on HBO Max.
The housekeeper system gathers data from whoever lives up Oldgate Street to improve the user experience.
The 4-part miniseries stars Gugu Mbatha Raw as a woman who moves into a house and finds there might be some secrets hiding inside.
Do you know anything about the young woman who lived here before?
Emma Matthews. How well did you know her?
She looks just like you. Same eyes, same jawline. You look like her.
And new on Hulu Friday is the 2nd season of Dollface.
Okay, newbies, you're up. 5, 6, ready, work!
Am I doing this wrong? I feel like Velma searching for her glasses.
Kat Dennings returns as Jules as she continues to struggle with love, life, and her career while dealing with an overactive imagination.
We spent the last part of our official youth stuck inside, just here, watering houseplants. You have too many plants.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Lober.
Jules?
I didn't see you.
You were hiding behind a stack of containers that are made out of clear plastic.
There's some good stuff there.
How old is the guy who's getting hit by the bull?
51.
That's something.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Well, this next story is kind of hard to read. It's a bittersweet day here at Live at 4. We're losing one of our own.
That's right. Our director, Nicole Nelson, she has directed shows for 19 years here at Channel 3. Here's a couple. There she is. You can finally see a picture of her without a mask on.
That's right. She started, this is her first job right out of college. This is the only job she's had. I've worked with her for the last 19 years.
Can we get a live shot of Nicole? I don't know if we can do that.
There she is.
There she is. And
Hi,
there's
Nicole. Oh my God.
Congratulations. Where are you going?
Thank you. I am going to be a marketing director at an assisted living facility in Fitchburg.
Well, we're certainly going to miss you. You're the heart and soul of the newsroom.
We are excited for you, hon, and for them too, because you really are. You're already. You do the flowers on the set.
Brings cakes when people are leaving.
The keeper of the Keurig. What are we going to do, Mark?
I think I might go with her. I might check into the assisted living with her.
I'll take you with. I'll take you both with.
Well, thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Love you both so much.
We love you too.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fade to black. Roll the commercial.
Oh, and fade. Roll playback 4.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
40% off lenses with purchase of a frame. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Open late, early, weekends, after double shifts, during lunch breaks, in between grocery shopping, side gigs, and picking up the kiddos. Drop off your docs, upload online, or file on the go. At Jackson Hewitt, we work around your schedule so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
The driver accused of killing a Madison police officer's wife had his first court appearance today. The surprising bond decision by the judge, and why Senator Ron Johnson decided not to try and keep a Wisconsin business from moving to South Carolina. That's coming up tonight at 5.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
Well, we have milder weather on the way, and Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti will give you the details coming up at 5.
Delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Readers rejoice! Madison Magazine's Big Book List is back. Choose from dozens of new local titles. Meet amazing Wisconsin authors. And visit indie bookstores thriving in challenging times. Check out Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
News 3 Now is always on.
Get the Channel 3000 app, activate the push alerts, and we will send you breaking news, traffic, and weather alerts as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In today's Final Touch, hold the noodles.
We take you to a ramen eating competition in Kazan. The 10 participants try to eat the traditional Japanese dish as quickly as possible. Only chopsticks and a spoon are allowed. Forks or eating with your hands not allowed, and the plates can't be raised up off the table. Ramen is made up of wheat noodles, meat, and broth, and is apparently hard to eat fast. The first place winner ate his ramen in just 1 minute and 40 seconds. His prize, 1 free portion of ramen per day at this restaurant for 2 months. We have a feeling you might get a little tired of ramen by the end of all this. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.